How pretty is this random plant? It's a dancing something. My wife would know. She bought it. But yeah, it looks like it's just having a blast. It sounds obvious, but a challenge is supposed to be hard. And difficult it has been, and it's only day 4. I also recorded a super long monologue, spent an hour editing it, and then ended up just deleting it as it didn't feel too cohesive. So here I am, recording a voiceover, and inviting you to join me in my next day, which was a little bit more eventful. Today I took out my action camera to record my familiar commute down to Cornavin, which is where I'm currently taking French class. The class itself is great, but it takes a 3-hour chunk out of my afternoon, which in some ways feels super long, but by the numbers doesn't sound so bad. Anyways, the commute down is a wonderful downhill that lets me go incredibly fast, which also means a slow return trip home. But the entire trip is probably about 8 minutes towards Cornavin on bike without too many red lights, which isn't so bad. Also for today, I ended up leaving a bit early so that I could bring you to a coffee shop that's quite well known in Cornavin. This road I'm on is called Rue de Servette, which turns into Rue de Mérine. It's also along one of the major tram lines that actually takes you right to Cern from Cornavin, which is super convenient. You know, sometimes I can't believe that I'm living in Geneva. Every time I think about it, it feels like a dream. But the reality of day-to-day checking off tasks can make you feel like it's just another day. It's another day riding my bike down the same road on a typical cloudy winter day. I guess with that said, I should make it a habit to remember how amazing it is to have a chance to live here. A place that I didn't even know where it was on the map less than 2 years ago. But I'm being a bit sentimental. I guess anywhere we live, we can look for something new, something fun, something different, and to learn to appreciate all of our moments. If you're ever visiting Geneva, get ready to pay some pretty hefty coffee prices. It's unfortunate because if you travel an hour out to either France or Italy, you're paying literally $1 for espressos, which feels like the way it should be. But regardless, if you're paying high prices for coffee, Borealis Coffee isn't a bad place to spend your hard-earned money. So Boreal Coffee is arguably one of the better coffee shops in Geneva, and highly recommend. There's one right by the Gare, or right by the train station, a quick walk away, super good, a little pricey, but expected for Geneva, that most coffee shops would be pretty expensive. Now, this is after our French class. This is with a friend of mine. We both decide to grab some food afterwards to catch up. Now, he's also a recent transplant to Geneva, but his story is a little different in that he married a Swiss woman, and he's also from the States. So we also share that same commonality, and we just kind of talk about how we met our spouses, what it's like to move here, what the experience has been like. Yeah, we just shared over some fried chicken that we were able to find not too far from our French class. This I'm going to place in a different video altogether. I'm not going to share, I think it's about 20 to 30 minutes that we were talking, and I stopped recording just because it was getting pretty long, but it was an awesome conversation. We both share the same faith, and yeah, overall, great food, great conversation, great times. And this wraps up today's vlog that I had a great time putting together, despite some of the challenges that I had earlier on, trying to figure out what I was actually going to do. But yeah, I had a pretty fun day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.